Okay, here you go.
Istungon jokayadega. Istungon jokayadega. Make it through the night, okay? Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of going back, and then because we're going to change to something else come the 11th. We're gonna go to totally something different. Y'all need to move on. So how many is ready to move on? How many knows there's sounds that they can pronounce the words right? Anybody need it? Can everybody see? Remember when you break down your sounds, istungo, istungon, chokhayadega. See, these are all in your sounds that we were learning. And remember, I said language is sounds. It's sounds. It's all has to do with sounds. Istungon, chokhayadega. That's how you break it down. That's how you break it down, and this is where your enunciation comes from. And you know, just learning these sounds, because language is sounds. It sounds. So that's why I stress that. But we're gonna go into something totally different. We're gonna start doing endings like doors, doorways, doorwa. We're gonna go into that. Go. Gut. Those are different words. Gut, go. And I was just working on that just now. And so I'm going to explain where they come from, because I think we need to learn those. That's kind of what we add to our words. And I think we need to learn them like, God, therefore, omida, noma, momat, moment, momes, momiga, mayman, maymat, man. See, that's part of language that we need to learn. So we need to go into those in order, you know, sometimes they'll say, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? You know, dois, like abiyahan dois, we are going. So see, that's a lot of this, that's part of our language that we're gonna go into. We're gonna go into that money that we did. We're just kind of spot back and what we did so that I know that you're ready to move on, okay? Are you ready to move on? Okay, here we go. But if you're talking to more, same one here. Okay, it's someone here. Istungon jokayade gaga. Remember that K, this was ki a ki b. Istungon jokayade gaga. That means more than two. More than two. That's one person, and when one that ends in ki a ki is more than two. So make sure that you know, you use these things. You know, go ahead and come in. For every survey that's been taken, the survey that I was told, for every child that doesn't know the language, is how long the language is going to last. Think about it. Wow, isn't it? That's surprising. For every child that doesn't know the language, that's how long the language is going to last. If when you think about that survey and you think about things like this, it really puts this language into perspective. So if you got it lessons, and how many children does know? How many children does know the language? When you think about that, it's a really eye-opener when you do things like that. When you look at things like that. Okay. Istungo. Imungo sa. Istungon ataga. You know, this was used on me here not too long ago in a setting that I least expected it. Somebody come up and he said, "This don't go." And I was like, "Oh," and we had a community storyteller. And an elder that was there, he walked up to me and he said, "It's don't go off of God." I forgot that was a greeting that we used way back. It's don't go off of God. Or, and you know, and I said, "Stungoros." I didn't say ihe, I just said Stungoros. Stungoros. And I said, "Jinda." Jinda means and you, and you. But it was an older man that I haven't seen, you know, but once in a while, and he come up and he said, "Stungon off of God." But he told me. And I thought, really, you know, I'm teaching this. And, you know, that's the only person that I've really heard use it. To me, they might use it to other people and around each other, but to me, and I thought, wow, you know, I'm teaching this. It needs to be taught. So, it's tungo, and your response would be, ihe, tungoros, tungoros, imongosha. And you would put these tones now that got a tone. Imongos. Imongos, you say, everything's the same. Imongos. Istungon, ataga. Istungesos. 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 Questions asked during greeting. Abawa, tungon, aboga. That means like in the household, abalwa. In your household. And it says the rest living with no problems. Abaldagi, tungon, aboga. That's like the grounds or your community. Like, or your little town. I live in a little bitty town. So some people will say, "Abaldagi da tungon, aboga." And they're talking about the little town I'm from, because back then there was a lot of native people there. And that's what they would ask. So, and so abaldagi means two or more people. Jinakta. When they ask this, you say Jinakta. How about yours? The one that belongs to you, how about yours? How about yours? Okay. That belongs to you. All right. Now here we go. Buys. There's no buys. We don't have buys. Chihijathis, I will see you. That's one person. You're talking one-on-one. Chihijathis, I will see you. I will see you again. One-on-one. Hadam chihijathis. Hadam chihijathis. But everyone, when you're talking about yourself, you're saying bye to everyone, like I'm in a room full of people and I've done this. I go in and I'll be standing there and I'll say, Chihijagathis. I will see everyone. Chihijagathis. If you notice the Gathis, look at your endings of your words. That's just like Jokhayade Gaga. See it? More than one, more than two. Chihijagathis. We will see each other again. Hadam tihijiatis. Hadam tihijiatis. And you know, when you're leaving each other, you say, Hadam tihijiatis. We'll see each other again. And that's like we're just talking, and it lasts for a while, and then you end up, you know, talking more and you can't leave. They'll say, Hadam tihijiatis. Let's see each other again. Here's another one that's like that. Hadam tihijagatis. Hadam tihijagatis. It says, let's see each other again and we'll talk all night long. We'll talk all night. Hadam tihijagatis. Let's meet up again. Hadam difat jagatis. Hadam difat jagatis. Hadam difat jagatis. Let's meet up again. Okay. Let's go over this right here, verbs. Okay. We went over that. Remember now, we went over this, but this is just going back over before we go into that. We're moving on, guys. It's time. You know, sometimes we spend some times on it. We're going to go back over it. But if you need to go back, I believe you got papers, but ask me. Ask me what you need to ask, and I will try to explain it to you. Because some of this is hard to explain in English because it's not English, but we'll try. Okay. Mojanet is today. Foxy is tomorrow. Okay. Remember your infinitive verbs, because our language is verb prominent. It's always been verb prominent. And I'm not saying all the time, but most 90, probably 96% is verb prominent. Okay. So, and this is present tense now. This is present tense. Your infinitive verb for hijas is what? Hijida. Hijida. It's got the ed up at the end. Okay. Hijas means I am seeing or looking at. Present tense. Okay. I am seeing or looking at. So if you say Fujo hijas, Fujo duck. I am looking at a duck. Fujo hijas. Okay. Likes, I am running. But the infinitive verb, and you studied this, we went over this, to likes is litkida. And hear it. Now I want y'all to hear the sounds. Hijida, litkida. It's got the ida at the end, right? Ida. 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 At the end. You change, you drop that and put AC anytime you're doing something. Drop that and put this at the end. This means you doing something. You are, present tense. You are. I am seeing or looking at, EJS. I am running, Leadgas. I am eating, home base. I am talking, Unayes. I am walking, Yagabes. Okay? Every one of these are infinitive verbs. If you look these up, this is what you're doing, present tense. These are verbs. Okay? Past tense, you do the same thing. You drop the ida, hijida, and say hijayant, hijayant, hijayant. Fujo hijayant, I saw a duck. Likayant. Likayant, I ran. Humbayant, I ate. I talked, unayayant. I walked, yagabayant. So see, all this has to do with just that infinitive verb. All you have to do is know your endings, okay? Know your endings. And that infinitive verb will be changed to what you're doing, present tense, okay? Now this, remember, this was past, okay? This is future tense, okay? Fujo hijatis. Fujo hijatas. I will see a duck. Litgathis. I will run. Hombathis. Let's say, let's use Daglek Sakmoski. Daglek Sakmoski is fried bread. Sakmoski is fried. Daglegi is bread. But I shortened it up. Daglek Sakmoski. And you can say Daglegi, okay? So look here. I'm going to use all three of this. Fujo hijas, I am seeing a duck. Fujo hijayaks, I saw a duck. Fujo hijathis, I will see a duck. Okay. Buffning litges, I am running fast. Buffning litgayaks, I ran fast. Buffning litgathis, I will run fast. Okay. Here we go. Daglek Sakmoski, home base. I am eating fried bread. Daglek Sakmoski, home bayaks. I ate fried bread. Daglek Sakmoski, home baths. I will eat fried bread. See how that's going, guys? Is everybody with me? Is everybody understanding and with me? Are y'all lost? If you're lost, we're gonna go back over it. Somebody got a question? Anybody got a question? Is everybody lost? Yeah.
Mvhayv, can we do it just one more time?
Okay. You are, okay, I'm going to explain the whole thing from beginning to end, okay? When you say these are verbs, okay? But these words here, present tense, past tense, and future tense are derived from infinitive verbs, okay? Infinitive verbs. So when you say he just, right here, I am seeing or looking at, you are actually, let me see if I can get this to work. Okay. This right here, okay. All this is an infinitive verb. What they have in common is the et. Every one of this has an et at the end. And the reason why I'm going back over this is because we had it a few months ago, a few weeks ago. But this is a prominent, we use this. We are verb prominent language, okay? But see, like I said, this doing something, this verb is derived from this infinitive verb. And your infinitive verbs has all this in the ending, okay? But when you are doing it, anytime you're doing something present tense, you drop this and add this. AC. That says when you add it to this right here, which this is, you get I am seeing or looking at. I am seeing or looking at. So you're saying, Fujo. Fujo is a duck. He just, I am looking at a duck. See, when you say I am looking at a duck, that means you're looking at it present tense, like it's right there in front of you. Fujo, he just. Any questions so far? Is that kind of clearing up things? Who's confused?
No.
Did it? Okay, good. Okay, so right here, litkes, I am running. But your infinitive verb, this litkes is derived from litkida. You drop this and add this, and you will get litkes. If you got a dictionary, I'd like for you to go through it and find how many infinitive verbs there is. A lot. With any of those verbs, present tense, infinitive verbs, you can do every bit of this. And more. And more, like I am jumping, I am talking, I am dancing. Every one of those is derived from an infinitive verb, which has this et ending, okay? All right, here we go. We're gonna go to get this to go. Okay. Now we're gonna go to past tense. That same way. This is derived from an infinitive verb and just add unks. But see, we're gonna take unks, drop the S and add V NKS, which to me is upniki S. Okay. Past tense. Fujo hijayaks. Buffni litgayaks. Double leg submorphe hombayaks. Okay. Is that everybody catching on? That's why we're going back over this. Okay, so right here, Murjanita is today. Boxy is your past tense, isn't it? Oh no. It's your future. So that's all you do, okay? To make that you doing something. And most of the time you are. And that's why it's very prominent. Even me just standing here, I'm saying we this, but it comes from the infinitive verb we see da. Hear that? Da, ida, we see da. We see da. But when I'm doing it right now, which I'm doing, y'all see me, we this, I am standing. Okay? We this, I am standing. But I was here Tuesday, right? I was standing right here Tuesday, so I say, we the yunks past. We the yunks right here, okay? I was standing here Tuesday, but I'll be standing here tomorrow which is boxy, which is future. Future, right here. So I'll say, we thought this. We thought this. I will stand here. See? Boxy, tomorrow. I'll be standing here tomorrow. That's where this comes from, okay? Okay. Who's got a microphone? Tell me what you are doing at this moment, right now. Using present tense.
Hijesh, Mvhayv.
Okay, so now remember, when you do that, the noun or the subject goes first. Most of the time, the subject goes first.
Okay.
You would say, okay, go ahead. Don't, that's okay. Go ahead.
Mvhayv, Hijesh.
He just, yeah. You just said, I'm looking at a teacher. See, you just spoke right there, doing present tense. You're saying, I'm looking at a teacher or I'm seeing a teacher. See, Mvhayv, he just. And you can say you saw anything at this moment. Okay, present tense. All you do, because we're verb prominent. Like right now, Joba, he just, I'm looking at this paper right now. What I'm going to be teaching y'all in the next week after, okay? There won't be no class the 11th through the 15th. No, wait, hang on. I could be wrong. There won't be no class from the 4th to the 8th. We will start another class the 11th. And that's why we're going over this. I want you to make sure that you're ready to move on, okay? Ready to move on. If not, hey, there's no problem. We'll go back over this until you do learn it. There's no problem with that. If you have trouble pronouncing your words, we'll go back to sounds. If you're having problem with verbs, which we went through before, we'll go back through it again. You know, this language is more than 10,000 years old. And no matter how long, we just only been at it for what, a couple of months? You know, what's it going to hurt for another month? You know, what's it going to hurt? We got to hang on to this language. So what's another month? Doesn't bother me. So if y'all think y'all need to go back over, we will. There's no problem with that. I mean, you know, it probably took me a lifetime of language speaking to learn what little I learned. And I'm willing to take that time with you. I'm willing to take that time. So if you have questions, that's why we're going over it right now. We don't have to move on. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to. We can get this down. I want it to be retained. Retained. I want it to be retained. So whatever we got to do, we'll do it, because this language is not, it's not something that we can say, okay, you learn it, we're done. It's not that way. So anybody have any questions so far about where we've been, what we're doing right here, okay? And I'm going to work on sentence structure too. And we'll change the monotony. We'll go back and then we'll do little things like, little things that, you've heard maybe. Or you've heard me say, and I never really explained it. You'd be shocked at what, when I actually listen to myself speak, I see words in there that, it's just natural. And I'm trying to write all that down. You know, like I said, I'm always rolling. My mind's always rolling. I go to bed thinking language. I wake up thinking language. How can I teach this so people can learn? What can I teach today? You know, what can I teach? Would I open? What causes curiosity that you'll say, okay, I want to learn more about this. There's a lot of questions in this language, you know. Like I said, language was just language to me until I did some studying and in depth on it. And that's when I was like, oh, this is just not a language. It's more than a language. It's a part of communication. It's a part of who we are. There was a lot more to this than I took granted for. I took it for granted. So now I'm like, okay. And that's what I'm saying, you know, I did this study and there was like, you know, for every child that doesn't know the language, that's how long the language will last. And that's not just words, that's conversational. And we're going to get into this where you will be able to hold a conversation and make phrases. That's where I hope to get you to. Okay. So if somebody says, what are you doing? You say, what are you doing? I'm looking at a duck, see? And answer them in that. Go through your dictionary, look for infinitive verbs to fit. You know, I've seen in these movies, and whether that's reality or if it can be done, they'll be in another country and boy, they'll be going through their dictionary trying, because somebody spoke to them and they're trying to find this word and trying to find out what it is, you know, and they'd be like trying to answer this person. So, you know, if you have to do it, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like I'm babbling. I'm because I'm babbling all the time. But so liques, that's hard for me right now, liques. But home base, that I can do really well. Home base, I'm eating, and I'm always got something. You know, you can say, and this is where new words will come in. Chocolate chamba, home base. Chocolate is the short for double lady. Jumba is sweets. So what do you think they're saying? Sweet bread. But actually it means cake to us. It's like cake. Chocolate jumba home base. I'm eating cake. And you know, the 4th of July is coming up. And fireworks is called, it's descriptive. Joga dabochka. Joga is paper, which it is in there. Dabochka means it blows up. Joga dabochka, it blows up. Right? That paper blows up. It's descriptive because we didn't have 4th of July. Joga
Mvhayv,
Sam.
could you spell that, please? Fireworks. Thank you, Moda.
Let's see if I can find that annotate. I just happened to find that by I tried. Hey, where you going, Coco? Yeah. Okay. Hey, tell Jordan come in a minute. I can't find that annotate. I found it for ago. Jordan, help. I need your assistance just for a second. and the tape. I found it a while ago, now I can't do it. Okay, that'd be good. I can't find that indicator. I pulled it up while ago.
Hit that green part at the bottom,
Okay, right here.
and then it's over there. If that thing's covering it.
Okay, so I found it a while ago. Okay. Sugar. The butch. That is fireworks. And that's all. This is paper. See, it's descriptive. Paper that blows up. See? The bochka means that blows up. Choga the bochka. Choga, that's paper. The bochka means it blows up. So see, that's descriptive. We have a lot of descriptive words that we didn't have. And of course, like I said, my mom didn't celebrate Thanksgiving. She didn't do 4th of July. But she did buy fireworks for the kids because of the kids, So, but she never would say why. She just bought them. And that was the elders. My mother, she was an elder. And she had her reasons, I guess. She had her reasons. So we got together. She'd say, she would never call Thanksgiving. She'd say, we're going to get together and eat turkey. She didn't call it Thanksgiving. She just said turkey. And then 4th of July, she says, I'm going to buy fireworks. We didn't celebrate. We just did fireworks. We'd eat. She fed us all the time. So this, it landed on me. So I do it all now. I'm the one that does it all, and that's fine. And my kids, they expect it. My grandkids, they expect. But you know what? My granddaughter did a report for college, and I was shocked. I was the most influential person in her life. And she said, my grandma does this, my grandma can do this. And she said, and when my grandma cooks for the whole family, you just don't believe how much work she does to do this, but she does it every year for C. And that really touched me because I thought, I never thought that she would think of things like that, but she did. And that really was, really thought, I thought it was just going by, no one thought about it, but she did. She had to write a paper on the most influential person, and it was me. And I really got, I really appreciated that. And then she said, when my grandma cooks for all of us, for the whole family, and then some, she said, and then some. She said, you would not believe, the things that she does for us. And so I was really touched by that because I thought, they just, how kids are. They come over and eat, they stay a little bit and they're gone. They don't do that, but I didn't think it was recognized until then. She wrote it in her report, and that really, that touched me. I thought, she does know. She does know. And then I've had my grandson call me, are we gonna have dinner? And I'll say, yeah. And he said, are we coming over? And I said, I don't know, you have to ask your mother. I said, you always come over here, but your mother might have other plans. And he called me back. He said, no, we're coming over. So what's for dinner? See, he wanted to know. And that's the kind of grandma I am. And, so my grandkids, when they say little things like that, and one day I walked in, they were just sitting there, just having a meal, just conversing with each other. They were all talking and smiling. And I was outside cooling off because it was hot. This was Thanksgiving too, or Christmas, and I had to go outside to cool off because the house was really hot. And when I came back in, I saw that. And I stood there and I was all by myself, but I smiled. It made me smile to see my grandkids just sitting there, just enjoying their meal, talking to each other, and just smiling. You know, so I'm known to them as a grandma that cares. And I like that. I want that. You know, I want that. I want them to know that I'm grandma. So my husband calls it, let's eat grandma's happy meal. So they call it happy meal. And they call it, that's grandma's happy meal. That's what he always calls it. We're going to enjoy grandma's happy meal today. So they call it happy meal. And, you know, that even touches me too when they say happy meal. You know, so we're really family oriented. I am. You know, I've done all this for years and years, so it's okay, but I'm family oriented. And when I say family means a lot, I do mean it. I mean it when I say family means a lot, because they're always at my house, you know, and it's okay. I want it at my house. And I told them girls, though, somebody's got to take over. Somebody's got to take over pretty soon, you know, sometime soon, whenever. But I said, as long as I'm able, they'll be over here. And they said, don't worry, mama. Don't worry, mama. Yeah. Don't worry, mama, we'll do it. So any questions on any of this, okay? Any of this, joga da bochka, paper that blows up, okay? That's what that is. It's descriptive, but that's where you be doing this weekend, I hope. Maybe you'll be doing that, see? You'll be doing that. And that's what you need to know, because you know every holiday that we have, it is descriptive. Okay, it's descriptive. Like Thanksgiving, they call it turkey eating day. Binbakkanita. Christmas, Tajagafako, valuable Sunday or so. So every one of these, because we didn't have holidays. The only holiday we had was green corn celebration. And that was during the time that they did their rededication. They had a rededication during the green corn festival. Green corns, you know, green corn, they call it bushkida, the green corn, celebrating green corn and everything that came up. So that's what we did. But other than that, you know, that's really the only thing we had. So any questions on verbs? Do we need to go back to sounds? If y'all need to go back to sounds, especially the ones that's just joining, you know, or joined, you know, these sounds are really important. And like I said, we're going to do some endings that we add to our language that we never actually pay attention to, like des, dois, does, doagas, dunga, omat, got, go, ga, omida, moma, momat, moment. See, we use those, but it's not, you don't see, we use them, but you know, we don't really teach it. So I'm going to do that because it's part of our language. Later on, if y'all's ready to move on, because we're still on Dognawa. We're still on Dognawa. What's Dognawa? What's Dognawa?
Money.
Money. Yep, money. We can't do without money, can we? Dognawa. That's money. That's what we're going. Very good. That's what we're going. You know, we're going to start that. And then we're going to go into emotions. And this will come into play with this. With this des, does, dois, doagas, dunga, go. And see, those are sounds, but they mean something like got, and we say go, ga, does. Those are all sounds. And that's why our language, to other people, it sounds different. Actually, we're just making noise to them, but for us, it means something. Okay, like this, my this, even that, my this, even that. So we're gonna go into those. So just, be ready. Have your paper and pencils ready. If you have dictionaries, get them out. Okay, get them out. Get them out. But the most thing I really want to target is enunciation and sentence structure. That's what I want to target, because that comes from speaking. That's where speaking starts, is enunciation and structure. Does is I am. So you can say hombidoes, I am eating. That comes from our word list, hombes or hombida. See, it came from that infinitive verb. Hombidoes, I am eating. Because does is I am. Okay? I am. Okay? I am. So we're going to go into this so you can start saying two-letter phrases that mean something. It might not mean two letters, two words might not mean nothing in English, but in Mvskoke, it can tell a story. It can tell a story. Because if you say hombi does with the word does, you're saying I'm eating. I was like, okay. See, you're actually saying something. You're telling me something. So if y'all want, we're going to move on, and it's going to get a little intense, but hang in there, because it will totally make sense to you. What we done before, what we went when we first started, is going to come back forward, and you will know when to use those things. Okay? Because I was setting this up to go on. Okay? It's going to go on, and it's going to have everything to do with you. Okay? You. It's going to have everything to do with you. Okay? So, any questions so far? We got 10 minutes. What do you want to go over? Because we can go over it in 10 minutes. Anything? Are you awake? Okay, here's something. Emotions. We are going to do emotions because that's everyday part of what we're doing, okay? We're going to do that. That is going to be emotions, like Shabaki is mad. We all, if people says, we don't get mad. Oh, yes, we do. We get mad. That's an everyday emotion. Frustrated. We do get frustrated. People says, well, I hardly get, oh, well, you do get frustrated. You have emotions, all kind of emotions every day. And we're going to do those emotions. And it can go into any emotion. We can have that. But it's going to go back to verbs, right? Because you can be doing it at that moment. At that moment. Like, I'm mad. Jajabakis. That's where you can't transfer. That's going back to that ja. Remember? Pronouns. The pronouns ja. Jajabakis. Remember that pronoun ja? Or should we go over the pronoun ja? And we will go through these. Remember that ja is ownership. That belongs to you, that can't be transferred. You can't transfer your anger. So it's yours. It's ja. Okay? Ja. You'll get this. Because we're going to go back. In fact, I probably need to pair these lessons up with that verbs and pronouns. And I think that's what. See, my mind's rolling. It's there. To a point, yeah. And that's what we're going to do, okay? Like Jajabakis, I am mad. EC. Jalawis, EC. See, it's got this ES on it. And I'll show I will show all this. That's why we're moving on. You know, we're gonna pair up all these, you know. We're gonna where you can catch on and start using the language. Okay. Any questions? But I'm going to say this, I'm glad you're sticking in. Like I said, for every child that doesn't know the language, is how long the language is going to last. And when you think about that, man, that's scary. That's scary. That's really scary. So when it's almost, there's 6 minutes left. So if I say, I'm not going to say bye to you. I will see everyone. What would I say? I will see everyone. Chihijagathis. See? Boxy. Chihijagathis. Boxy is tomorrow, right? Boxy is tomorrow. Boxy. Chihijagathis. I will see y'all tomorrow. But what if I said, we will see each other again? We will see each other again. I'm going to see you tomorrow. We will. Hadam tihijiyatis. Boxy. Boxy. Hadam tihijiyatis. We will see each other tomorrow. See? Okay. If some of y'all thinking about being here, I can say, Hadam tihijagathis. Let's see each other again. Don't be gone. Let's see each other again. Hadam tihijagathis. Boxy. Hadam tihijagathis. Let's see each other again tomorrow. See? See how that's working, guys? See how I'm using this? So if I say, I will see everyone tomorrow, I say, chihijagathis. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. I will see everyone. Chihijagathis. I said it so much I can't say it. Hadam chihijathis. I will see you again. Okay. Chihijagathis. I will see everyone. I can even put hadam on here. I will see everyone again. Hadam chihijagathis. Hadam chihijagathis. Hadam chihijagathis. So see, that's how you use that. And I'm using it right here to give you examples how it can be used. And it is used. Any questions? But we're going to move on to different things because, you know, but if we need to go back, don't worry about it. We go back. And this will help everybody. This is just not going to help this person that wants to go. It'll help everybody, because when we get to that part, we're going back. Somebody will say, oh, I forgot about that. Or, oh, I didn't know that. Or, oh, how did I miss that? Did I miss that? See, it doesn't hurt anybody. They'll say, oh, did I miss that? Oh man, I don't remember that. See, that will come into play, guys. So I'm on Hadam Jihijathis. Hadam Jihijagathis Boxy. Hasiskifka, Sun Measurer. Hamgat Uthibahaniga. Hadam Tihijiatis. What is Hadam Tihijiatis? That's a promise, isn't it? We will see each other again. Hadam Tihijiatis. Oh, I know. Mado, everybody. Chihijagathis. Chihijagathis. Oh, I got chat here.
Mado.
Aha. Aha. Inga. Mado to you. Mado, Jimmy man.
Mado.
Mado.
Inga. Mado, Jigazagas. Jihijagathis.